It's hard not to feel overwhelmed these days. The world is changing at a breakneck pace, and it seems like we're constantly on the verge of disaster. Every time we turn on the news, there's some new crisis to contend with, whether it's a financial meltdown, a supply chain disruption, or a global pandemic. For many of us, just getting by month to month is a struggle. The cost of everyday essentials keeps going up, and it feels like we're always trying to stretch our budgets a little further. We're constantly looking for ways to save money, to cut corners, to make ends meet. But as Katherine Paterson and the team at Ask a Prepper remind us, being prepared is about more than just getting by. It's about planning for the future, anticipating our needs, and making informed decisions. That's why they've put together a list of 20 prepping items that are likely to skyrocket in price in the coming months. It's not just about stocking up on canned goods and bottled water, although those are certainly important too. It's about thinking ahead and investing in the tools and supplies that will help us weather whatever challenges come our way. Sure, it can be daunting to think about all the potential threats and disasters that loom on the horizon. But by taking action now, by being proactive and resourceful, we can face the future with confidence and resilience. So let's take notes, be on the lookout for sales, and stock up when possible. And let's remember to support each other along the way with a thumbs up and a subscription to Ask a Prepper's channel. Together, we can face whatever challenges the future holds. The thought of running low on cereals sends a shiver down my spine. They are such an essential part of our daily diet, providing us with fiber, protein, and vitamins that help our bodies stay in balance. I had always taken them for granted until now. It's disheartening to learn that the world is facing a cereal shortage, with crops devastated by extreme weather events and political turmoil in various parts of the globe. The ripple effects of the Ukraine crisis have caused sanctions on Russian exports and a collapse in production in Ukraine, leading to shortages of these basic staples. And now, the same situation seems to be affecting canned foods, with the global industry facing a severe shortage of raw materials, especially aluminum cans. As a result, food makers are having to pay higher costs for aluminum cans, and the cost of all canned foods and beverages is likely to increase even more than it already did last year. It's easy to take for granted the practicality and long shelf life of canned foods, but now we must face the reality that they may not be any cheaper than they are right now. It's a difficult pill to swallow for those of us who have been planning for the long term. I urge everyone to take the chance to replenish their pantry before prices go even higher, because they will remain like that for quite some time. It's a tough decision to make, but in these uncertain times, we have to think about our future and be prepared for any situation that may arise. The world around us is changing, and not necessarily for the better. Emergencies are becoming more frequent due to climate change, and we must be prepared for anything. That's why it's essential to have tactical gear on hand, including backpacks, flashlights, and first aid kits. We never know when we might need them, and the demand for these items is only going up. But it's not just tactical gear we need to think about. Fuel is also a concern. Refining capacity has decreased significantly, and many plants have shut down permanently. Gasoline and diesel will be scarce, and prices are only going to increase. Stockpiling fuel may be a wise decision if you have a safe place to store it. The surging cost of fossil fuels is driving more consumers to consider alternative transportation options, such as bicycles, electric scooters, and electric cars. However, as their popularity increases, so do their prices. It's essential to do your research and find an affordable and reliable alternative transportation method that suits your needs. We can no longer wait for chaos to begin before taking action. It's time to prepare for the unexpected and ensure we have the necessary supplies to weather any storm. The future may be uncertain, but we can take steps to secure our own well-being. Don't wait until it's too late. Take action now and be ready for whatever comes our way. Clean water, personal protective equipment, and alternative energy sources are essential for survival. In today's world, it's not just about being prepared for an emergency, it's about being ready for anything. The looming water shortage across the country is just one example of the importance of having a water filtration system in your home. With prices expected to skyrocket, investing in a high-quality filtration system now can save you during the toughest times. But it's not just water we need to worry about. The pandemic has highlighted the importance of personal protective equipment, and the threat of bioweapons in global conflicts only reinforces the need for us to have masks, gloves, hand sanitizers, and iodine tablets at our disposal. Prices for these items are increasing fast, so it's crucial to invest in a good supply while you can. Renewable energy sources like solar panels and wind turbines are becoming more popular as traditional power plants fail more frequently, and cyber attacks threaten our electric grid. With massive outages happening all the time, investing in solar panels can save you a lot of money on energy bills in the future and make you less reliant on the grid. The same goes for other alternative energy sources. Seize the opportunity to invest before prices skyrocket. Clean water, personal protective equipment, and alternative energy sources may seem like small things, but they are crucial for survival. Don't forget their importance when prepping for emergencies or any other situations. These items may just save your life someday. As I walked through the aisles of my local store, I couldn't help but feel overwhelmed by the demand for batteries. It was as if everyone was preparing for something big, something ominous on the horizon. The higher demand for electronic devices has driven up the cost of batteries, making it a priority to stock up on them before they become unaffordable. As I turned to the next aisle, I saw the empty shelves where the medicines used to be. The headlines about medicine shortages flooded my mind, and I knew that the cost of healthcare was constantly rising. It was essential to have a sufficient supply of necessary medications, especially for emergencies. I made a mental note to get the prescriptions I needed and purchase what I could before prices became unaffordable. My eyes then fell on the outdoor equipment section. More and more Americans were turning to outdoor activities for recreation, and that trend was only going to pick up speed in the summer months. The costs of outdoor equipment like tents, sleeping bags, backpacks, and more were going to elevate. I knew that it was the perfect opportunity to buy the gear I needed to survive in the wild because supplies would be shorter later on. As I walked towards the tool section, I couldn't help but feel a little anxious. The cost of tools was expected to rise in 2023, but it was wiser to invest in high-quality tools that'll last rather than buying cheap disposable ones. If I could find multi-purpose tools that fit my budget, that would be even better. Finally, I reached the building materials section. Builders were feeling the pressure to ramp up construction activity amid the ongoing housing crisis, and the demand for building materials like lumber, concrete, and steel was pushing prices up by double digits. It was crucial to have the building materials I needed before the more painful price increases hit the stores in the months ahead. As I left the store with my purchases, I couldn't help but feel a sense of relief knowing that I was prepared for whatever the future held. I knew that the prices of essential goods were rising and shortages were becoming more common. However, I was taking the necessary steps to ensure that I had what I needed when I needed it. Pets have always been a source of comfort, but with the pandemic, supplies are scarce and costly. So when stocking up, don't forget about your furry friends. They need us now more than ever. Personal safety is also essential in a world where danger lurks around every corner. As prices for self-defense tools soar, it's time to invest in protection for ourselves and our loved ones. The clothing industry is in a state of crisis, with cotton shortages and manufacturing costs skyrocketing. When preparing for the future, it's crucial to invest in high-quality textiles that will last a lifetime. Technology has become a necessity for many, but the cost of electronics is on the rise due to production and labor expenses. If technology is a vital part of your life, invest in top-quality products that will last for years. As crime rates continue to climb, home security systems have become a must-have for millions of families. Staying safe and secure is always a priority, so don't hesitate to invest in reliable home security measures. The future is uncertain, but being prepared can make all the difference. Take the time to invest in your safety and that of your loved ones, and let's face the future together.